So today I want to talk about kind of a sadder issue. Um, I want to go over my first look at my Smith and Wesson Model 29-10, and I'm going to give you my first impression of it, and I'm going to go over some of the issues I have with it as far as Smith and Wesson's quality control. Alright, so let's open it up. Now, first impression of the gun, I mean, the presentation is beautiful. When I first opened the case, because I had it ordered in off of Bud's Gun Shop, and when I first looked it over, I mean, it is beautiful. The bluing on it is real nice. You know, it's a very nice gun. The grips are very nice, very well done. You know, but when I brought it home and I wanted to oil it because it had been dry from sitting, I started noticing some issues. So, the first one, and I mean, they're both cosmetic, but, you know, for a gun of this MSRP, you know, you're not looking for cosmetic issues. The first is on the very front of the frame, and I'm going to put a picture in because it's hard to bring it up on camera, but right here, there are tooling marks from the manufacturing process, and I'll put a picture in. Now, when you see from the picture is, you know, it almost looks like, I mean, I'm assuming they CNC these out, and it almost looks like maybe it skipped, or maybe someone didn't clean it up enough, or for whatever reason, you know, it left tooling marks. So, it's only cosmetic, but, you know, these are basically collectibles. I mean, when you first get them, they come in they have a beautiful hardwood display case. You know, it's all lined with, I believe, velvet or felt, and it's beautiful. And, you know, while I intend to shoot the gun, you know, it's going to primarily live in its display case. So, my second issue with it, and this one is also purely cosmetic, and I will once again put a picture in, but I don't know how well it's going to come up on camera. But if you look on the very edges of the cylinder, there's bluing missing. Now, originally I thought it was just powder, because obviously they test fire the gun, but you actually do see the steel, and it's an issue in the bluing. Now, I would put the picture in. Now, as you can tell from the picture, it's not terrible. I mean, you know, if this was a service revolver, you wouldn't notice it, you wouldn't care. But with it being, you know, the price it is, and, you know, the nature of this gun is, you know, it's part of their classics line. You know, they're more fun guns than, you know, anything else. You know, it's really disappointing to see that made it past quality control. Now, I am going to do an update. I will contact Smith and Wesson when they open on Monday, because this is the weekend I'm putting this up, and I will do an update. I'm curious to hear if other people have had issues. I know that the old issue used to be with the canted barrel, which that was one of the things I did check, and I don't know how well it comes out, but the barrel is straight and dead on, so they did fix that issue. So, other than that, and I'm doing a first impression, so I will go over this. Other than that, the gun is beautiful. The lockup is amazing, and I'll show you. You know, the lockup, there is no movement. I own several revolvers, and, you know, varying degrees of tolerances, and I gotta say, the lockup on that is beautiful. I've got a J-frame, a new J-frame, and the lockup is really good. You know, zero issue. This is better. the trigger on them, you know, the same trigger you'd come to expect from the 29 series. You know, beautiful trigger, beautiful single action trigger, very smooth action. You know, the gun itself, I mean, from, you know, looking at it from, if you're holding it out, it is beautiful. You know, the bluing is deep and dark. You know, the grips are really nice and truly a beautiful firearm. But, you know, like I said, with those issues, it really disappointed me when I actually started looking into it. I mean, I got the usual shards of, you know, milling that, you know, you got to clean out of every gun, and that's to be expected. One of the things, you always clean your guns when you, you know, first get them. But yeah, so there it is. There's first look at my Model 29-10, and I will keep you updated on how Smith and Wesson handles the issue. I don't foresee any problems. Everything I've heard about Smith and Wesson customer service is good, so I will keep you updated. And then once I get it resolved and once I put some shots through it, I am going to do a full review. So if you have any questions or comments, feel free to put them down. I'm curious to hear what other people have to say about the issue, and have a good day.